here, we just keep it real. We keep it simple, but we keep it real. What's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday, Monday. Yeah, it's early. It's early. Monday mornings at 12 o'clock. Yeah, I know. What's going on? What it do? What it do? What it do to people? What it do? What it do? Come on in, come on in, come on in. Come on in. What's up, y'all? What's up? I hate that when I be doing a video and my thing go goes black on me when I be using my thing. I don't know why it does that. I don't know. Mm-mm-mm. It keep doing that. I don't understand. What's up? What's up, y'all? Come on in, come on in. I know you told me y'all want to come in and holler at your girl. Come on and hang out with your girl. Stop playing. And come on in here and hang out with your girl. What's up, y'all? What it do? 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 What's up? What's up, good people? What's up? What's up? I don't know why my thing do that. When I come on here, my thing be, I got food in my mouth. Mm. I got food on my mouth. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? Listen, I titled this video, I don't know why my thing do that. It still won't come up. I don't understand why it always do that. That's so irritating. I don't know why it does that. I be trying to use my little avatar thing on here, and then when I get it on here, it act crazy. I don't know why. Once I get it on there, it start acting crazy for some reason. I don't understand. I just don't understand that. I don't understand that. What's going on, good people? What's up, y'all? What's up? What's going on, my beautiful people? I was trying to eat something, and I was trying to turn on my avatar while I was eating, and the goddamn thing acts up. Every time I want to use it, it start acting up. I don't understand that. Hi, hello. How are you? What's going on, y'all? How y'all feeling? How's everybody feeling? Because I'm feeling great. What's going on? Look, I wanted to talk to y'all about something. It will not act right. I don't understand that. I wanted to talk to y'all about something, right? And that's why I titled this A Leader. A Leader. Because sometimes I think people get confused about being a leader. When I say leader, I'm not talking about like being in charge of someone, right? Or telling people what to do or trying to be a president or something like that. I'm talking about being a leader in your own right, okay? Like just being uh, a good person, just being good to other people. Not so much as like, telling somebody what to do and stuff like that, or trying to, tell somebody how to live their life or whatever, but being helpful to other people and being a good person, right? Being a leader as far as being a good person to other people, as well as to yourself first, right? Not just to other people, but to yourself first, okay? And I think that's something that's very important that I see a lot of people are not in touch with, is being a leader, right? Being in a position to influence people to do the right thing, okay? And some people don't like a position like that. I'm not going to say they don't like it, but some people allow other people, what other people think, to get in their mind. You know what I mean? Thank you. Thanks, Nick Green. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Reed. I appreciate it. But thank you so much. And I appreciate the support too. I really do. Hey, Heavenly. Yeah, but just being a good person, and you're right. And I think some people let what people think and what people say distract them from being a good person. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that's just so messed up because let me give you an example of something. At the end of our lives, we don't know when our end come, right? We're either going to go to heaven or we're going to go to hell. Okay? So look at it like this. While you're here, do you want to go to heaven or do you want to go to hell? Then that's a choice and the decision that you can make and that you have time to make that. We don't know how much time, right? But if you're still under the sound of my voice, in this moment, you have a choice to make that decision if you want to go to heaven or if you want to go to hell. That's the same thing as in being a good person or a bad person, right? The only thing is that once your end comes, it comes. You no longer have a option, to choose, right? But right now in this moment, you have a choice. And I feel like some people have lost their self and then got caught up into what people think of them and the way people look at them. But at the end of the day, when you go in front of the Most High, right? Nobody's going to be standing there but you. Nobody else will be there but you. You're going to have to take whatever you get. You're going to have to take it and deal with it. And I'm saying all this to say we got to get out of looking at what other people think of us, right? We got to get out of that. Because worrying about what other people think about you will keep you somewhere where a lot of times you really don't want to be. Does that make sense? You say some people don't have home training. Well, that too. That too. You're right. Some people don't have home training. You're right about that. But it's so many ways of finding out different things now, right? So you have the control. This is how I feel. You have the control to make that choice or that decision. If you want to be a good person or if you want to be a bad person. You know what I'm saying? And we got to stop getting caught up in the moment because none of us know when our end time is going to come. So it's best that we, start working on a path of righteousness as well as being a good person. Not just for yourself, but for others too. You know what I mean? Because you want to give somebody something that they can, how can I put it? You want to give people something they can learn from you, you know? Or give them something they at least think about. You understand what I'm saying? And so I just think that that's just something that came to me, and I just wanted to talk to y'all about it for a minute. It just came to my heart and it came to my mind, so I wanted to share it with y'all. We've got to get out of worrying about what everybody else think of us. Because at the end of the day, when our time is up and we go in front of the Most High Yah, we can no longer make a choice or a decision to say, I want to be a good person now. It's too late for that. You understand what I'm saying? And so don't don't allow yourself to get so caught up in people, okay? Because always remember this. If you don't remember nothing else I say, remember this. People will let you down, okay? But God won't. So you need to ask yourself, is it worth you throwing it all away, right? Just because of how people look at you or how they think about you. You understand what I'm saying? So I just wanted to put that out there. I don't know why that came to me. I don't know who it's for. Maybe somebody on here might be going through something and they needed to hear that or something. I don't know why that came to me, you know? But yeah, we got to get out of that because it's a lot going on in the world now, and a lot of it is coming from the Most High. And some people are still sleepwalking and don't understand that it's a lot of spiritual things that are happening. But if you don't have your third eye open, that third eye, if it's not open, there's a lot of times you will miss what's really going on. Okay. Um, I have a question for y'all. Did y'all know that Nicki Minaj is with Mega? Did y'all see that? Nicki Minaj joined Mega. She's with Mega now, Donald Trump and them. I was, I'm not surprised at anything that goes somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't surprising to me because you just never know. The things that go on in the world today, you just never know. Okay? But I wonder what y'all thought. What did y'all think about that? That Nicki is with Mega now. I think it's a bigger picture. I think something else is going on, but I don't know what it is. But I think something else is going on, with this. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't have all the answers. I just feel something. It seems like it's more going on, you know. Something else is going on. I just don't know what it is. But we'll find out. We'll find out soon. But yeah, she's MAGA now. Well, maybe she's been MAGA all the time and we just didn't know it. Maybe that's what it is. But I was listening, a lot of people are very angry. But I'm gonna say this about that. I don't see why people should get angry. Um, I think this is my opinion. I think us as a people, we put too much on politicians, right? And let's be clear, we done seen politicians do some crazy stuff, right? As far as the people is concerned. And so I just don't think we should get caught up in politicians. We gotta wake up to a lot of things, y'all. We really do. And we gotta start paying attention. When you see certain things, you need to ask yourself, is this right? The things that they are doing, is it right? Because a lot of times we see some of these politicians do some things that's not right. Okay? But we still go along with it because it's somebody we like. We got to get out of that. We got to get out of idolizing these people, period. Like, seriously. Because these people don't do nothing for you. You running around idolizing them and worshiping them. But they don't do anything for you. They don't do anything to help you. So I don't understand in people point in worshiping these people who don't mean no good for you at all. You know? I just don't understand that. And that's something that we have to work on as a people is stop worshiping these people because they don't deserve to be worshiped. Like these politicians and stuff, what do they do for you? What have they done for you to make your life better? Those are some things that we all got to start looking at. We got to start looking at the reality of things, the truth about things. What is these people doing for me, to make my life better? That's something that a lot of us need to ask that question. Me myself. We have to look at the bigger picture, not just base it on the person that you might like. Okay, we got to look at the bigger picture. Is they doing something that's going to help the people? You know, because a lot of times, a lot of things be going on that's not right, and it's not helping the people. So I'm just saying, we got to, we just got to stop doing that. People get so angry about politicians and stuff, and I never understood why. I still don't understand why, because I don't see where they do anything for anybody. I just don't. That's just my opinion. I don't see where they do anything for anybody. So I don't understand why people get so upset and so angry when it comes to politicians and stuff and voting and stuff like that. I just don't get it. Because for a while now, I just look at it as though we run and vote, but what do we get for voting? I just don't see where we gain. What do we gain? What are we gaining? That's just how I look at it. What are we gaining from voting? I don't see where we gain anything. And I think we all need to get back to the basics of loving one another and helping each other, because that's what's going to uh, make us better people, coming together and helping one another out. You know, teach one, each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. You get what I'm saying? And so I just, but some people are sleepwalking and they don't want nobody to teach them. They don't want nobody to wake them up and get them to see reality, the reality of everything. You know, it seems like this whole thing, all these shenanigans have been like, how can I put it? Like a movie. Like, you don't know what's real and what's not. Everything has been, fake. Like something. A lot of things have been fake to me. You know, and we just gotta wake up and realize what's really going on. We all need to wake up and recognize what's really going on, because it ain't what some of us think it is. That's for sure. That's for sure. It's not what we think it is. So I hope in due time we all start recognizing some things, you know? But at the end of the day, I still feel like we all need to ask ourselves what's right, what's wrong. Is that right or is that wrong? Because I think that helps to keep everybody on the right path. If you look at something and you say to yourself, is that right or is that wrong? And you know it's not right, that is wrong, then you need to do what's right. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how I feel like a lot of people can start to look at things, so you'll be able to break it down more better, right? Because when we start talking about adding all the other stuff in it, it loses everybody. But if you look at things and say, now, is this right or wrong? And you know it's wrong, then you gotta stay on the right path. You see what I'm saying? If you look at something and you know it's right, then you stay on that path because you know it's right. And I think a lot of people need to start looking at things like that. I really do, because that takes all the extra stuff out of it. And now you are taking what you are doing is you are taking things and putting them, looking at them in a simple way, as just being right and wrong, instead of adding all the extra stuff in. When you start adding all that extra stuff in, you start losing people, you know? And then people start to, excuse me, you know, looking at it and worshiping this person and worshiping that person and stuff like that. But if you break it down and just say, is this right or wrong? Then you'll start to recognize some things, you know? I believe in God. I believe in the Most High Yah. That's what I believe in. I don't believe in man. I don't believe in woman. I believe that there's a high power greater than myself. And that's who I believe in. That's who I walk with. That's who I talk with. That's what I believe in. Right. You know? That's the only thing I've ever believed in. Because from when I was younger, some things happened in my life that let me know that it was a power greater than myself, you know? So I've always known that. That hasn't, that's never been how can I that's never been a guessing thing. I've always known that there's a power greater than myself at a younger person, because some things happen in my life that let me know that there's a power greater than me, you know. So yeah, I definitely believe in the Most High. I don't understand. You know what I don't understand? I don't understand some people who don't believe in it. But then I say, well, maybe something, maybe they've never had an encounter. Maybe that's why some people don't believe in it because they've never had an encounter with God. Um, I've seen people who say they don't believe in God, but end up having an encounter with God, and then they recognize that there is a power greater than themselves, right? So maybe some people that don't believe will one day have an encounter with God, so they will end up believing. I don't know. They might not. Because some people, the truth can smack you, and some people still won't believe it. I've seen that happen to people. The truth can smack you up and you still won't believe it. Now, I don't understand that, but that's how some people are. Some people are hell bent and determined to believe what they want to believe. And it's sad, but it's true. Because it's a lot of stuff that's going on right now that's not true. You understand what I'm saying? But you got some people that's standing on it. They stand 10 toes down in it. And it's not true. It's not true. But sometimes when you're talking about certain things, you have to be careful who you're talking to. And yeah, someday they might. Who you talking to and what you say. Because some people are so enraged when you speak the truth. You have to be careful. And you have to be ready for whatever may come. Because some people are really enraged when you speak truth, especially about people that look like me. When you be speaking truth, people get really, really, really upset. So you have to be very careful, and you have to watch people and you have to watch their actions when you're talking to them. Because I said something, I was at a doctor's office one day and I said something about, we was talking about some things and I said that what she said wasn't true. And I told her who we were, right? And it was like she got frustrated, turned real red, and you could tell it affected her about what I was saying. So when she came back in, I say, listen, look, I ain't mean to upset you, but the truth is the truth, and I'm gonna stand on the truth, you know. Uh, I didn't know you didn't know, but I know, and I'm gonna stand on it, you know. So I watched her. I was watching her and everything, because I didn't know what she was going to do. I know she was very, very upset. And she was like, you could see that rage in her, when I said what I said. But I just watched her, in case she tried me or something. But I spoke my truth, you know. I spoke my truth because it's time. It's time for people to recognize the truth about us. Okay? It is. It's time. It's time to stop covering it up and hiding it and stuff like that. It's just time. It's just time. So much has went on with all that, you know? So I don't know. So last week when I had to go back there, she spoke to me and everything, but she didn't have a lot to say. You know, we usually talk. She didn't really have a lot to say to me, you know. But I wasn't mad with her. If you stand in your truth, if you're talking about something and it's true, you don't have no reason to be mad or upset. Stand in your truth. That's what it's about. Speak your truth. Don't let nobody make you, eat your words or make you, you know, you speaking truth, but then you'll take and flip it so you'll make somebody else feel better. No. If you know it's true, you stand on that. You stand on that. That's just how I feel. Stand on your truth. Simple as that. Y'all, please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. Subscribe to the channel with your girl. Hit the like button and all that good stuff. But yeah, we got to learn to do that though. And we got to learn to be better. Like I was speaking on the leader type of thing. We have to learn to be leaders, not followers, and not getting caught up in worrying about what somebody gonna think of us if we do something right. If we do the right thing, then we worrying about how people looking at us, what people think about us. No, 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 no. We gotta stop getting caught up in the BS. You gotta start doing what you know is right. Just that simple. Just do what you know is right. I see so many people doing that, getting caught up in, okay, they know it's right what they're doing. They supposed to be doing the right thing, but they get so caught up in what people saying, what people think of them, And then once you take and you make that move of doing the wrong thing because you're trying to satisfy people, then all of a sudden you don't feel good about you. Now you sitting somewhere feeling crazy on the inside because you went and did something wrong because you was afraid of how people was gonna look at you or what people was gonna think about you. We gotta get out that shit, man. I don't give a damn what somebody think about me. Long as I'm standing on my business. You can get mad with me all you want to, but I'm gonna stand on my truth. Simple as that. I don't care how you feel about me. I don't. Because if you upset with me because I'm doing the right thing, then you're not for me anyway. You see what I'm saying? You're not for me. It's just that simple. What demonation? What denomination are you, sister? Can you break that down a little bit for me? Yeah. But we do. We have to get out of that of wanting to know. I mean, having people to affect your thinking, because of the way they feel or the way they looking at you or the way they think of you. No, sometimes things are worth it, even if you got to stand by yourself. Sometimes that's what it takes. It takes you standing alone. Sometimes you understand what I'm saying. Sometimes it takes you standing alone. Long as you standing on truth, even if everybody don't agree with you, stand by yourself. Stand by yourself. Long as you know you right and it's true. Stand by yourself. Shit. That's how I look at things. I don't let nobody distract me. If I know I'm telling the truth and I know I'm right, I'm gonna stand on it. Simple as that. I'm gonna stand on it. And that's what we gotta start doing. Standing on our truth. Because some of us don't like to hear the truth. I think that's a little, I don't understand that. But some people don't like to hear the truth. They don't. And I've always been the type of person, I want a person to give me the truth because I need to know if it's something about me. Because all the time we don't always pick up on everything about ourselves. So I need for somebody to tell me the truth about me, and I'm gonna check it out. I want to check it out. If there's something wrong with me, tell me. I don't, I don't have a problem with that. But for some reason, people don't want to hear the truth. And a lot of times people don't want to hear the truth because they want to stay where they at and they want people to validate that shit. That's why people don't want to hear the truth a lot of times. You know? That's why some people be like that. But no. Not me. Give me the truth, even if it hurts. Give it to me. I'll be all right. That's how I look at it. Give me the truth. I'll be fine. Just give me the truth, Because I feel like when people tell you the truth, it makes you grow. It should make you grow, not get angry. You should grow from it. If somebody tell you the truth, you should grow from it. You really should. Check yourself. And if they telling the truth about you, then you need to take heed to it and grow from that. The truth should make you grow, not get angry. That's how I see it. But you got some people that can't stand to hear the truth. So they get mad and they get angry when you speak the truth to them. I don't understand that because people that tell you the truth, it will make you grow if you allow it, if you accept it. If you listen, accept it, dissect it, it will make you grow as a person. You understand? It will make you want to be a better person. But when you a motherfucker that don't want nobody telling you no truth, as soon as they speak the truth, you get angry and upset. It's something wrong with that. It's something wrong with you. It's something wrong with you. But people like that, I also feel like they want to live the way they want to live, okay? And they want people to make them feel right and make them feel comfortable about what they're doing. That's what I think. And that's why I think some people get mad when you tell them the truth. But people, I don't know. I never understood that. Why people get angry when you tell them the truth. I never understood that because my mother taught me that. Me and my mother talked a lot. We talked a lot. I mean, a lot, a lot. I miss her so much. But my mom used to tell me a lot, give me a lot of wisdom and knowledge. And she used to tell me, you don't get mad because somebody tell you the truth. You check yourself and see if what they saying is true. And if it is, then you do what you need to do to make that change. She said, don't be one of those people that get mad because somebody tell you the truth. Truth should make you grow and be a better person, as my mother told me at a young age. And I stuck with that. And I do feel like that's true. If somebody's telling you something about yourself and you listen to it, like I said, and you take it in, you know, let it, let it digest, let it, dissect it and all that good stuff and see if it's true. If it is, then you need to make some changes about yourself. That's all. Always look at that. Always look at truth as being a good thing and look at truth as being, a way for you to grow as a person. Because, like I said, some of us don't do no reflecting. We just out here living life. We don't do no reflecting on, if we a good person or a bad person, if we have good ways or bad ways. Some of us don't look at all that. You understand? So when somebody tell you something, pay attention to it. Because if it's true, that means you got some work you need to do. You need to change that. Just like when you tell people they got a nasty attitude and they get mad. You get mad because I'm telling you the truth. You do have a nasty attitude. And I don't understand why people think when you tell them the truth that it's going to change. It's going to change what you saying. No, I'm going to repeat it because I meant it. If I tell somebody, you got a very nasty attitude, and they get upset with me, yeah, you're upset with me, but you still got a nasty attitude. And you proving my point. They proving my point by being nasty, you know, and showing that nasty attitude. So that's all I'm saying. Don't let truth be a bad thing. Let truth be a piece of you that'll make you grow and become a better person. Because some people be telling you the truth for real, for real. But don't be one of them people getting all mad and angry. Just do some reflecting of yourself. And if the person telling you the truth and you don't like what the person said, then you need to make some changes. That's all. It's nothing to get upset about. Let it make you grow as a person. That's what you do. Allow it to make you grow. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I flow, y'all. You know, and it's been working for me. It's been working for me. I don't get upset and stuff when people tell me the truth. I be like, that's how you feel for real? You know, and if they say yeah, I say that's what you think for real, and they say yeah. And if it's something that I never noticed, then guess what I do? I do some reflecting on myself to see if what they saying is true. Now, some people say stuff because they want to be mean, right? But some people say stuff because it's true. Because it's true. Okay? Real talk. You just gotta learn how to, some of us gotta learn to accept it for what it is. We gotta learn to accept things for what it really is, not for what we want it to be. You see what I'm saying? That's all that is. We have to learn to accept those things for what they really are, not for what we want them to be. That's just how it is. And I'm going to tell you something. When you get to a point in your life where you're comfortable in your skin, right? And you have made a lot of changes in your life within yourself, I'm telling you, it's a peace that I can't even describe it, y'all. It's a peace. How can I put it? I can't even describe. I'm trying to think of something I can describe it, and I can't. But you end up having so much peace in your life when you start to make yourself a better person and you cut ties with all the wickedness. You know what I mean? You stop allowing people that mean you no good around you, and you start just focusing on you, being a better you, and being comfortable in your skin. Man, I'm telling you, it's nothing like it. It's nothing like it. Seriously, it's nothing like it. And it's so peaceful, you know? It really is. It's so peaceful when you find it. When you get it and you find it, you don't want to let it go. I'm serious, you know? So, you know, it's nothing wrong with being a good person. It's nothing wrong with being a good person. When I was coming up, right, we used to say, we used to say, word is bond, right? That was something that we said. Word is bond. When we say something, we would say word is bond behind it because that meant my word is my bond. And let me tell you something. That right there taught me so much at a younger age, right? Word is bond because that means I had to keep my word. If I told you I'm gonna do something or whatever, and I said word is bond, that meant you got to stand on business. You got to keep your word. That's building trust, right? But we had a lot of people that would say word is bond, but they wouldn't keep their word. And then they got mad because a lot of people didn't want to deal with them because they seen how easy it was for them to break their, for them to break their word, for them not to keep their word. So a lot of people didn't want to deal with them. We treated them nice, but serious with the serious side, we didn't deal with them like that because you don't know how to keep your word. You break trust like that. That's how you break people trust. We were serious about that back then. And still to this day, we serious about that. Your word's supposed to be your bond. When you say something, you supposed to stand on business. That's what you said out your mouth. Now, if things change, then you're supposed to reach out and say, hey, look, I know I said I was going to do X, Y, and Z, but I'm not going to be able to. You reach out and you say something. You communicate. But when you don't, yeah, I dig in a nigga's ass about that. Oh, yeah, I get in your shit. Because that's breaking trust. That's breaking trust when you do that. I don't like that because I don't do it to you, so you don't do it to me. You saw that word? Yeah, you breaking trust. I don't like that. And yes, I get in a nigga shit when they do that to me. You give me your word. That's all you got is your word. Ninja, stick with it. Yeah, and if you don't, yeah. People know me. People know. Once you do that to me, oh yeah, all hell break loose. Yeah, I don't like that. You give me your word, that's what I'm depending on. Your word. Because if I give you my word, I'ma stand on that shit. Unless something come up, I'ma call you and I'ma communicate that with you. I ain't gonna leave you hanging. I ain't gonna tell you I'm gonna do something and then don't come through. No, you don't do that. You don't do that. I done cut people off behind that. Yes, I do. Cut your ass off real quick. I don't know you no more. Seriously. Because that's your word. Your word is all you got. And when you break that, hey, that's right. I don't play that. Because I'm not going to do it to you. So don't you do it to me. Well, we're going to have problems. For real. We're going to have some problems. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. You know, that's just how I am. That's how I was raised, pretty much, is that you said, what? How do you know Jesus? Genuinely asking kindly. Okay. Oh, boy. I could tell you so many stories about how I know him. But I've had encounters. I've had encounters. Um, I read I read the word. Um, I've experienced the Holy Spirit. So that's how I know. That's how I know God. That's how I know the Most High Yah. Because I've experienced it. That's amazing, man. Thank you. Yeah, everybody can experience it. Everybody can experience it. I'm not doing nothing that somebody else can't do. You know? You just have to tap in. You just got to tap in. That's all. We just got to tap in. Yeah, when I went through my addiction and stuff, like, man, it was it was a lot of encounters during that time that I had with God. It really was, you know. But it was, mm, it was a blessing. It was a blessing, though. I hope you have a blessed day and an amazing Christmas. I don't celebrate Christmas, but okay. I don't celebrate holidays at all. Mm-mm. No, I don't celebrate holidays. Mm-mm. Um. Oh my goodness, it's been years since I've celebrated a holiday. I don't celebrate them. Um. And I don't want to. I'm not. Well, to each his own. People gonna do what they want to do anyway. But I don't celebrate no holidays. I think holidays are a waste of time and energy. I really do feel like that because Christmas is not something that the Most High gave us. So I'm gonna leave that right there. That's why I don't celebrate it. So this water tastes so good. I don't know why, but it tastes so good. Yep. Some people still celebrate it, and to each his own. I don't knock nobody for what they do, because everybody, have their moment. Everybody have their moment where they wake up and recognize who God is. Some people have their moment, and then some people don't. You know, so just because it's a lot of stuff that I know about them doesn't mean that one day somebody else that didn't know a lot about them could wake up one day too. There is a spiritual awakening happening, and a lot of people are waking up to a lot of things, okay? Which is a good thing. A lot of our people is really waking up, and that's a good thing. It really is. So don't get discouraged because, I know some people be getting discouraged because they feel like they don't have that, excuse me, they don't have that relationship or that bond with the Most High like other people do. But don't let that discourage you. Still create your own relationship with God. Because I used to feel like that too. I used to feel like that too. Like I didn't know enough about him, to create that bond and stuff like that. No, 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 no. Don't let that stop you. Don't ever let that stop you. You go ahead and create your own relationship with God. Create your own relationship with God. That's what it's about. You having a personal relationship with God. That's what it's about. So don't just because somebody seems like they know more about God than you do not let that discourage you. God is going to accept you wherever you at in your life. God is going to accept you. Do you hear me? Let me tell you, I'm going to give you a quick story before I get off of here. Let me tell you something about me. I was a heroin addict. I snorted dope. Okay? All right? And I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you. God will accept you where you at. He don't care where you at and what happened to you in your life. You call on him, he gonna be there. He there. If you he there, he was there for me. I hadn't even called on him yet, but he was there waiting. That's how it felt anyway. Like he was there waiting for me. Okay? Don't let that stop you. Don't let the talk that people say discourage you from God. Seriously. I'm telling you. Don't let those things stop you. Read. Just go in, even if you don't understand. What you do is you ask God for understanding and you go ahead and read whatever you're gonna read. And he gonna work it out for you. I'm telling you. He gonna work it out for you. So whatever you do, don't let that discourage you. I got food all on my mouth, y'all. Excuse me. I do. I got food on my mouth. Don't let that discourage you, and run you away from God. Don't let that do it. Don't let it do it. You go ahead and you want to read about God? Read about it. Read about it. Because let me tell you, all you got to do is ask him. Before you start reading, say, God, I want to know who you are. I want to know about you. Help me. Because I don't know. And go ahead and read. Let me tell you how God works sometimes. You could read something, right? Say you pulled out your Bible and stuff, and you started reading about God. Now, at the moment that you were reading, you may not understand, right? But then something will happen the next day, and you'll be like, "Oh wow!" Like something might pop up on social media, and you'll be like, "Wait a minute! I read this last night. I was reading this last night in my Bible, right?" And it'll be something that'll make you understand what you read. You see what I'm saying? That's how God be working. That's how God be working sometimes. You ask him for his help. He gonna give you his help. You see what I'm saying? And what you was reading, it'll pop up. Something gonna pop up that's gonna explain what you read, what you was reading. And you might not recognize it at that moment, but that's God. You ask God for your help, and He will deliver. You ask him for his help, and he will deliver. So don't let people discourage you. Go ahead, read the word, even if you don't understand it. Read it anyway. Read it anyway. Let me tell you, God wants us to get close to him. It's some spiritual things that are happening, and we need to be close to him. We need to be close to him. So don't let nothing discourage you or run you the opposite way. Get in that book. I don't care if you don't understand it. Get in it and read it anyway. You'll get understanding. It'll come together. It will come. The puzzle will come together. I'm here to tell you, it will come together. Just read it anyway, you know? And stop letting people discourage you and make you run from God and stuff like that. No, 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 no. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't let the churches run you from God or nothing. You are to build a personal relationship with God. Okay, that means spend time with God, one on one. You and God, one on one. That's what I mean when I say a personal relationship. You and God spend time together. Okay? When you in the bed at night and you wake up at 2, 3 in the morning, you can't sleep. Grab your Bible and start reading. You be surprised at what you're gonna find out. You be surprised at what you'll learn. I'm serious. It's very important, y'all. But like I say, we are alive today. Tomorrow is not promised to any of us. Where you going at? Heaven or hell? Where you going? And if you can't answer that right, you better get in that Bible. You better get in that Bible and build that personal relationship with God. Like seriously. Where you going at? Have you been a good person? Have you been loving yourself? Have you been loving others? These are the questions you need to ask yourself. Have you been good to people? These are things you need to ask yourself. If you haven't been good to people, you need to get your stuff together. You really do. Get it together. And a lot of us have a problem with loving other people because we don't love ourselves. You got to learn to love yourself. That's where it all happens at. You got to learn to love you. When you learn how to love you, right? And learn to love you unconditionally, guess what? That's how you learn to love others the same way. But when you don't love you, that's why you have such a hard time loving someone else, because you haven't learned how to love yourself yet. That's where the problem coming at. Learn how to love you first. And then it makes it easier for you to learn, for you to love other people. It really do. So I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Hey, I love y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in with me. Please subscribe to the channel. Excuse me. Hit the like button, and I'll see y'all on the next one.